Assalamu alaikum. Eid Mubarak, everyone, again. Inshallah, we'll start. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli waj'al li wazira min ahli Haruna akhi ushdud bihi azri washriku fi amri كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم وصلى اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Welcome, friends. Inshallah, we will continue with the 15th ray, the second station on page 609. So we stopped in the middle of this page where we discussed about, I think this last phrase we discussed was existence necessitates universality, on how we keep looking at the universe and we keep discovering the qualities of the manifestations of the one who made this universe. It goes on and on. We looked at one of the verses from section Mulk where it's mentioned that you can take a glance at it twice and your eyes will get tired, along those lines. So we can continue and discovering it's a non-ending journey of the human being. That's why all the sciences and whatever discoveries that are being made, every year you see new things coming on. That's how the civilization has been changing continuously. At some few years back, nobody could have imagined the internet. Nobody could imagine what the capabilities of the phones that we're using. So, and now with the new technologies coming on, we won't be able to imagine maybe what is going to come next. Yes, even like look at the transportation mechanisms. From using camels and horses, we came up with all sorts of different infrastructure with the trains, planes, all sorts of things. So there's just continuous improvements in all sorts of life. But then one thing we have to pay attention to is whatever we're discovering is basically the order in the universe that we are following by studying and following. So we looked at this. Should he not know the one who made the universe, he that created, and he is the one who understands the finest mysteries and is well acquainted with them, which is a verse from section 67, verse 14. To make us ponder over, like whatever we are observing, whoever made that, should he not know about whatever he's making? He must be well acquainted. Just like a writer who is writing a book is well aware of how he plans and he writes over whatever his thoughts are, arranges them, organizes them in a particular way, or an artist would know also what the inspiration that they get, how to manifest that on a canvas with paint and inscribe it accordingly. So all this planning, all that goes in must be all that knowledge. So we were discussing all the three major qualities that must be there, which is knowledge, will, and power. So the manifestations of knowledge, will, and power is seen in everything in existence. So now we'll start with this paragraph towards the end. The comparison between man's fine art, which points to his consciousness. So man's fine art points to his consciousness, and the fine creation of man, which points to man's creator. And the fine creation of man points to man's creator is the comparison between the tiny glimmer of a firefly on a dark night and the splendor of the sun at full noon. So in reality, there should be no comparison. There is no comparison between a created being and the creator. وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. So the author is making a point, whatever the art, whatever the man is doing, whatever is he's working on following the order that is existing in creation. It's just like a tiny glimmer of a firefly on a dark night. And then the actual glimmer that the firefly gets is actually from the sun, the splendor of the sun at full noon, where it shines at its most intense heat, splendor of the sun at full noon. Offering a concise translation of the above, we shall make brief indications to divine knowledge, this most important truth of belief. So we are on page 609 towards the end of the page. 609. So offering a concise translation of the above, we shall make brief indications to divine knowledge. So we can only make brief indications to divine knowledge, this most important truth of belief. So divine knowledge is the most important truth of belief, and refer detailed discussion of it to the risale-i Nur. And the author, while he was writing it, he has a footnote where he says, the remaining part of this treatise was written while I was suffering from a terrible illness, a result of being poisoned, such as I had never previously experienced in my life. My faults should therefore be looked on tolerantly. Husrev may modify, change, and correct any parts he considers inappropriate. So in this discussion, the author is mentioning about the quality of knowledge. So three qualities, knowledge, will, and power, are prevalent in the creation of the universe. And now he's making a brief indication to divine knowledge, which he discusses in many of his works. And then, so he continues, yes, just as mercy shows itself as clearly as the sun. Mercy shows itself as clearly as the sun through the wonders of sustenance, and proves decisively a most merciful and compassionate one behind the veil of the unseen. So too through the wisdom, purposes, and fruits of order and balance in things. Knowledge which is mentioned in hundreds of Quranic verses and in one respect is the chief of the sacred 7 attributes, displays itself like the light of the sun, making known with certainty the existence of one knowledgeable of all things. Yes, the comparison between ordered, measured art, which points to man's consciousness and knowledge. So whatever order and measure, whatever we work on in this world, points to a consciousness and knowledge and man's fine creation, which indicates the knowledge and wisdom of man's creator. So it's a reflection. It indicates the knowledge and wisdom of whoever made man, man's creator. Resembles the comparison between the tiny glow of the firefly on a dark night and the encompassing light of the sun at noon. So it looks like the author is hammering on this point about whatever knowledge human beings have is nothing in comparison compared to what the manifestation of divine knowledge is visible or seen in the universe.
I was wondering how they make use of it. Now, the fine arts.
Fine arts, yeah.
From the
Before the
beginning,
previous paragraph.
Fine arts, which points to his consciousness.
Yeah, I was
But
wondering.
were you wondering?
I was wondering, yeah.
Why don't you ask?
But I was waiting for you.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the question. So
Yeah.
sometimes, in principle, if something bothers me and then it is a question, I have to state it, or it is a question here.
Right.
And if I don't understand this one. What does it mean?
Yeah.
If I understand something, that's what I'm telling about this, how to communicate in our classes, in our discussions.
Sure.
If I don't agree, say, no, it doesn't make sense.
What is this author saying?
Yeah. And if I'm excited about, what it refers to, I got the meaning,
Yeah.
share it.
Sure.
So communication, not many people are joining this Saturdays, Sunday classes. So between us is family members.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, so I'm very happy
So
that
we feel
they are
free.
all consistent, alhamdulillah. So, for example, this one, since you started reading it to the fine arts, points to his consciousness. He's not God's consciousness, like the artist's consciousness.
Right.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we agreed, you and I. The others, we will hear them what they say. So why art? The artistic side of the things points to the consciousness. That's what my mind asked. I think if something just not deliberately done, just like this, you can say, what happened? A wind came and knocked it down. Okay. Now, I found meaningless stuff under the table. What happened? Child shake the table and it fell.
Okay. It's
unconscious, but if it is artfully done, especially this beauty, there's a philosophical current. I mean, nowadays, who cares philosophy? But before they did care philosophy. Some of them said the creation is the sign. Some of them said to understand that there must be a creator.
I see.
Yeah, some of them said something as order in the universe is one of existence, order, and most effective one said beauty in creation. Because you can say that, yes, this one dropped down, dropped from the table. Let's say there is something here, let's say a pencil, right? Pencil fell down because somebody shaken it, accidentally went down. Of course, the universe cannot come into accident, but compared to taking the pen in your hand and writing a beautiful handwriting, meaningful, beautiful handwriting. Can you say that a child accidentally shake the pen and this beautiful, meaningful handwriting appeared to be on the paper? For human mind,
No, I cannot say that. Yeah.
impossible.
Right.
Accident cannot produce anything meaningful. And also art. What is even more interesting in the art of the creation, symmetry. In the language of the Quran, pair, in pairs, zawj. You look at the tree, the branches, according to the nature of the tree, the way the tree is created, different from other trees. For example, palm trees, you can say, or other trees. You see, they are all evergreen trees, for example. Every tree has its own shape, and every tree leaf has its own specific shape, and all of them are symmetric. If it is accidental, first, roughly, it cannot be symmetric. Accidental, but that is okay. I mean, that is an open evidence, but even more, this symmetry is taking place in beauty. It means artfully. Impossible to explain the existence of art in the universe. That they said this is the most, philosophers argued about it. Those philosophers who did not agree that there is no creator. They said there must be a creator. Look, there is art in the universe. This is very powerful, very powerful. We always say the existence, 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 which is really essential. I never regret that I kept using existence a lot for myself. In the way thinking as well, the way I think, existence is important. I take this existence and apply it to existence of beauty, existence of symmetry, existence of
design.
Opposite. Design is included in the symmetry and also art. Existence of opposite qualities complementing each other. Unbelievably, universe-wide, no one can say that there is a galaxy which doesn't have these qualities. Now, existence should not be reduced to existence, the word existence,
material,
coming the matter into existence. That is also enough evidence, but even more, I mean, encircled, more powerful evidence as demonstrated. There is no way that not only there must be a creator, this creator, I don't know, no, conscious creator, deliberately doing everything, knowingly doing everything. That's why the comparison in the following explanatory paragraph you read, comparison between sun's
intense heat or shining
light
yeah,
and butterflies' light. Butterflies light.
Firefly.
Sorry. Yeah. Firefly. Well, not butterflies. Butterfly has another sign, is very sweet. It's a wonderful art. Wonderful art. But a firefly, I'm sorry, it was wrong. Using the word was wrong. Thank you for reminding. So fireflies are comes and disappears, comes and disappears. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody knows. Sun continuously. We should not think that, or no one now, but practically also we should be aware that, yes, it is dark now in New York. Yeah, all the people are here, live in New York. So there is a stranger here who's not living in New York. Come on, you are not a New Yorker. What are you doing here? So did you pay your tax? Or is coming? Yeah, it's welcome. Money welcome, not you. So that is what we do, you know. Without paying, we don't let anybody get in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right.
Subscription fees.
Sorry?
Subscription fees, she says.
Yes, yes. No, visa. That's the visa. So I think Farah said, so when you come from Chicago, you have to, but you are avoiding it by coming by air. You are clever, not pay the tax or fee. Okay, but it is already included in your ticket, because airport
Fees,
tax and fees are included in your ticket. No, don't think that I avoided it. No, it is already paid. Even you come before you come. All right, it's a joke. Anyways, in New York, it is dark. Let's assume that it's not now, but let's assume it is dark. Do you think sun is not still continuously sending light? Go other side of the world. Go there and you will see.
Yeah.
And in the atmosphere also has it. But I don't see it because I turned my back to it. Earth turned. Anyways, this is really originated from itself and continues. Firefly just as if it is making its life. Have you noticed that fireflies light from behind?
Yes.
Not from front. It's no good for it. You know, it is good for the
other ones.
How do you say, the one who eats it?
The predator.
Bat.
Oh, bats. Okay.
So that they get catch.
Yeah.
It's against them. So anyway, it was a joke, but comparison somehow makes sense. One of them is original, continuous, never breaks, never stops, and works always useful. And the other one is a fire, not permanent, yeah, and also it works against him. No, for I don't know. Allah created it in a exemplary way, alhamdulillah. So beauty, we should never forget. Beauty,
art, design, beauty
doesn't indicate only the necessity of the existence of a creator, but also what we are learning here, and the author is emphasizing, necessity of the conscious act of creation of the creator.
Right. So for art, we cannot say that it's unconscious at all. There's no possibility. Artful things.
Accident impossible to explain. That's why materialists never mention about beauty in creation. Why? They cannot explain. Impossible. I've never seen anyone claiming that they explained away by saying that evolution, beauty. They say the color. I always give this example. They take the shape and in order to protect themselves, they are assuming the same like the soldier clothes.
I see.
Yeah.
Camouflage.
No, but it is just completely garbage and just made up story. Go to the forest in the same atmosphere, in the same climate, in the same things that they eat from there. There are blue birds, brown birds, white birds, different colors, different designs. How do they adapt themselves? One of them is stupid. One of them is white. The other one is black. Why? It is just made up story, really. As if they are thinking that the people are stupid, idiot, we can just cheat them any way we want. The way they speak.
Wow.
How do you make this? They are adapting themselves to the environment. They live in the environment for many, many, many years, known to human beings. And their design are completely different. Their colors are completely different. Maybe contradictory.
Mm.
The way they make noise is completely different. They eat, they feed on that is Darwinian. It's a very primitive evolution theory, primitive form of it, but beginning, the founding father of evolution.
Darwinism, yeah.
So it says the big, according to the things that they eat, developed, okay, in the same forest. One's beak is
Different,
yeah, 1
longer.
inch, 10 inch, the other one is 1 inch, half an inch. Why?
Yeah.
They are feeding on the same food. Why? There are different kinds of birds.
Right.
They are eating the same worms or the same things. None of them has the same type of beak. If it depends on adapting to the environment, their beak must be the same.
Yeah.
Because they are feeding on the same food. They are as if they are eating from the same plate. One of them is bigger than, longer than, larger than the other. Let alone the color, the design also.
Right.
Unique. Every species of bird has its own unique characteristic beak. Where? In Australia, in North America, in South America, the same. Stupid people. They think these people that they are, they are really cheating the high school students or the middle school students, thinking that they are idiots. But unfortunately, some people are idiots to buy into these stupid explanations.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You reminded me one of the interesting evidence that I feel he creates many things from one thing and from many things into one thing.
Yeah.
That's his principle.
Yes. Opposite. Yeah. The same earth, same air, same water, 1 million different kinds of species. Yeah. And everybody dies, turns into compost.
Bir şeyden her şey.
Yeah. So this is conscious action. So God's consciousness is very essential. I speak a lot as you notice. We have to understand the subject of qadar.
It's determining.
Yeah. Creation
Conscious
is
determining.
consciously determined, unique to every human being.
Loud.
Impossible to comprehend. So beyond comprehension, but not that we don't understand. We cannot comprehend how it's happening, but it is happening. It's amazing, isn't it?
Amazing. Yes.
Your qadar is completely different from my qadar. Yes, you have free will, but I have free will, but we are choosing from the same order within the same limitations. It is arranged consciously according to the need of your education, and mine is arranged consciously according to the needs of my creation. The purpose, I need this, it is created for me. You don't know what my problems are, psychological problems, financial problems. I don't know yours, but I am sure consciously arranged for you, consciously arranged for me. That is for me, one of the foundations of belief in qadar, divine determining as it is translated. Consciously arranged. Your shape is consciously arranged. my shape is so, and my character is really unique to me. No one can be aggressive and arrogant as I am. So everybody has it uniquely. I need different education. You need different education. There is a stranger here. You need also different, education. Your qadar is designed for you, my qadar is designed for me. That's conscious. We have to understand that creator is conscious. It didn't happen to me accidentally. Stop. Waning. Why to me? Why that I don't get it? Stop it. You need it. Deliberately done. I wanted to get it, I couldn't get it. Deliberately done. Teaching you something, whether you have not done your portion properly, or you didn't utilize it in order to fulfill the purpose of your life. Lots of things are consciously, uniquely arranged. MashaAllah. Consciousness is very important. The creator's consciousness is very important. That is why human beings also, our consciousness is also extremely important. We are conscious beings. We know what we are doing. No one is stupid. We know what we are doing. Consciously choosing, consciously. Only while I am sleeping, I may not know that I'm moving this way or this way. Okay.
Alhamdulillah, that was good. All right, so we'll continue with the next paragraph. Now, before explaining the evidences of divine knowledge, we shall mention briefly the sacred conversation which took place during the Prophet's ascension.
Looks like jump.
This is going to a different topic, looks like.
But let's see.
Yeah, so for Muhammad's peace and blessings be upon him, ascension indicates and testifies that through its manifestations in the universe, the sacred attribute of knowledge shows the most pure and holy one most clearly.
But how do you say, the subject of the sentence is the sacred conversation.
Yes.
Now, sacred conversation.
Ascension is a sacred conversation.
Yeah. That is, let me see. Yeah. This is specifically exemplified in the life of the Prophet. But it doesn't mean that we don't know, because we have seen it,
right?
And even the nature of it, essence of ascension, is not known to anyone. No one claimed that I know exactly what ascension is, right. But there's a physical description of it in a hadith narrated, which is, I mean, you may be surprised to hear this disputed, because hadith is narrated by Aisha. Ascension took place in Mecca when Aisha was either not born or 1 or 2 years old baby. They said historically impossible. She's describing. But those people somehow aware of hadith with a good intention, not to criticize them. For example, I don't believe this, but I believe that Aisha learned this. So Aisha describes how the Prophet received the first revelation. Excuse me, madam, you are not in the world. What are you talking about? But it doesn't mean she observed it. She was telling. because she was a teacher.
I see.
Yeah. He was the scholar of the community later on. She developed herself. She learned. When she was married with the prophet, she was a child. But didn't really know what was going on, but she was a clever child. She understood that this man is really exceptional, and believe it and confirm it, but didn't get Quranic education in Mecca. Mecca, the prophet wasn't teaching the Quran, just distributing or spreading the message, conveying the message to the people, and practicing it in his life, through his life, not sitting and teaching like the prophet used to do in Mecca. We forget this.
The Darul Arqam, they say.
Sorry?
The Darul Arqam.
Yeah, that was in Mecca.
Mecca.
Not, no. In Medina, this, what was it called? The Darul Arqam is in Mecca. In Medina, where Abu Hurairah or something, in the masjid, there was a place. How was it called? Definitely somebody remembers it here. Ashab al-Suffa. Ashab al-Suffa was closely following the prophet's life when he came out his house. His house had the door to the masjid directly. He didn't have other door from other side. One door and
through the masjid.
Opening to the masjid. The door has a very, very strong cloth. Cloth, not the door that we think of wood. You know. No, just the cloth. From the narrations, we know that. Aisha says, I used to just pull the curtain and then look what is going on in the masjid. So curtain, door is curtain. It means nothing really secret, but mahram. So nothing going on that the people don't know what the prophet is doing when he gets his house. So from back door, he goes and does something and comes back. No way to have suspicion. That was delicacy, wisdom, full of wisdom. The prophet's life is full of wisdom. So the prophet died, passed away, and then Aisha understood, no, the prophet is gone now. He has to take care of her own responsibility, learn what this Islam is all about. From whom? Muhajirun, the immigrants from Mecca, because they got it. So, okay. She learned from the others, and she was teaching.
I see.
Now, you go to the masjid on the Laylatul Mi'raj, what happened? You teach to people as if you have seen it. The prophet came, prophet did this, and then description of it, but the description is always presented like the Quran does. What? Amthal. Metaphors, allegories, and examples, so that like this one, like that one. So the Aisha's narration of Miraj, which is the main narration, and it is in Bukhari, so people take it for granted. It is guaranteed. Yeah, let's join this idea and accept it. Yeah, but we have to know the position of, we have to know, I keep telling this, but people don't notice. Narrations from Aisha, narrations from Ibn Abbas, Ibn Masud, now narrations from Anas bin Malik, narrations from again Abdullah bin Masud, Abdullah bin Umar, Ibn Umar. These were children, young children in Medina. When Prophet died away, they were just 15, 16, 12, not 12, no, maybe 11. Yes, 12, 13, 15, like this.
Teenagers.
Yeah, teenagers. Asha was the same, 16, maybe even not, some people argue not that much, but 16, I think. I mean, we can say she joined the Prophet's life at 9, not as a wife, but her father brought her to get the education and trained in the house. And then after reaching the maturity age, that's what Aida Aisha go, your home. Abu Bakr is her father, his closest friend. So my friend, I lived this. I experienced this. One of my closest friends put his daughter into my house. Yeah, I was married, of course. And because daughter and mother, that his wife, my friend's wife, couldn't get along. Mother was crazy about cleaning. That's the reality. I mean, really experienced event. And every day asking the daughter to wipe the floor. Every day, man, every day. You're so crazy. You're saying, what is the point? You have to do it, you have to do it. Yeah, quarter. Just, can I move my daughter to your house? I experienced it. 3, 4 months, this girl, young girl, very young, of course, lived in our house. We gave her, alhamdulillah, a room. We had an extra room. We gave her in her room. She comfortably started reading the risale, how word by word, understanding the meaning, learning. That's how we have to learn any language by learning alphabet. We think that we have to fly on the first day. No, alphabet. She learned as the alphabet of the risale, and she became a very active personality in Istanbul. One of the ladies, really, she has lots of people around her and teaching them risale and studying together with them. It was this beginning. She was with me. Somebody says, oh, look at this man. 2 wives. Yeah. What are you talking about, idiot? I never saw her. I never entered her room, but the Prophet lived together one room. House means one room. We have to understand the living conditions.
Right.
We cannot go and say that a girl will be with me in the same room with my wife, only a cloth, the curtain is divided. That's it. Yeah. And strangely enough, Prophet was, everybody, including the Prophet, was taking the bath in the same room. And there are narrations, there was a curtain, put the curtain behind it. The Prophet was taking his shower. Reality of life. It was quite normal. And also they keep arguing about Aisha being young. Do you think these companions, the Prophet's friends, who followed and ready to die, live it in 21st century, 20th century, and having the 20th century understanding of marriage and life standards, and they go back and make a judgment. But the people in the same age, none of them blame the Prophet saying, are you a child of Huzur? What are you doing with a 9, 10 years old girl in your room, in your house? But room is house. No one's, if you like, stomach get upset because of this. It was the fashion, man. It was the way the life was going on. The Prophet wasn't alone at all. Maybe some of them also, and also there are narrations, we have to admit, some of the companions got married. Umar. Narration. I don't know whether you heard this. Omar, the Caliph Omar,
Mhm.
got married with one of Ali's daughter. Ali is much younger than Omar,
Oh, yeah.
and Omar got married with the younger friend's daughter. Did anybody believe that there was a problem? It was the custom there, prevalent, normal. Now, not normal. Life standards changed. If you have a room and your family room, one bedroom, if there is a guest, do you put a curtain and let the guest sleep in the behind the curtain in your bedroom? Now,
No.
what do you do? Go and live in the living room. A friend of mine had a studio in New York when I first came.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were here yesterday. So, alhamdulillah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, maybe the other friend doesn't know. All right. So they had only a studio. Whether you know it or not, have you visited them?
Yeah. Long time ago.
Yeah. What was this? This place called? Hi.
Woodhaven? No,
No,
no.
no, no.
Woodside or something.
Sorry?
Woodside?
No. Height. Something heights.
Oh.
Where the Bengalis live mostly.
Mm.
Where is it? Indian Bengali.
Jackson Heights.
Jackson Heights.
Jackson. Yeah. In Jackson. And I came to New York bearing in mind that I had no place yet. The first time I was appointed
Right.
as a chaplain. So I came in and I was intending just to go and find a place to hotel. They said to me, look, you can, if you don't mind, we have a larger kitchen. Do you mind living here if you get a bed ready here in the kitchen? Because there is no bedroom, there is no studio. You can imagine. Small. There is no proper place to it was a studio, something, I don't know. It's something like that. Only the kitchen was available. A few days, not more, but leave it there. It was quite normal because they said, come on, we don't mind. Kitchen there, another place. Okay, but not in their bedroom. Now, this is the fashion. This is the custom. We have to know ma'ruf. This is the ma'ruf of this civilization. Ma'ruf means earth. Earth means custom. You cannot transfer this narration of Aisha's or Ali's daughter getting married with Omar, Abu Bakr's daughter, one of the closest friends' daughter, brought by the father into the Prophet's house,
right,
and putting it in the 20th century living conditions and thinking that, oh, what is going on? What did they say?
pedophilia or
Pedophilia or something. Yeah. In 21st centuries, yes, it is. In 7th century, normal. So, urf, we forget about the importance of the Quranic word ma'ruf. With urf. Ma'ruf means something urfed.
according to
in English, urfed, past tense, past participle. Something urfed, it means past participle. It means ma'ruf. That time, ma'ruf was this. Today, ma'ruf is this. Quran, what the Quran says? There are almost 24 or at the most 30 words, ma'ruf, in the Quran. First, iman matters. I know I'm deviating the subject, but
That's
these
interesting,
are
yeah.
practically extremely important
Mm.
because people are really criticizing the Prophet because of this ignorance
Right.
of reality. They cannot say one companion, one munafiq, one mushrik claiming that the Prophet got married with a child. Your Prophet? No, nobody. Why? It is quite normal as you eat biryani, as I eat chicken peas or chickpeas. Sorry, chicken. Yeah, as the Bengali people never dinner without chicken. Bengali. So you this custom, man, custom. So that time it was the custom, maruf.
Mm.
So another information, use it. It is necessary now to be aware of this information.
Mhm.
Quran says, يَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. What is ma'ruf? Ma'ruf, man, ma'ruf. You know it. No. You have to make ma'ruf. It means understandable, comprehensible, and then يأمرون order it, or
Mm.
what do they say, the translation? يأمرون, it's very famous word for it. In something, but in the ma'ruf. Injunction, not injunction.
Enjoin.
Enjoying.
Enjoining ma'ruf. What is ma'ruf? The scholars, you know, the public speakers, the cheap scholars. So they say, enjoin ma'ruf, speaking to 500 people, 1,000 people. What is ma'ruf? Everybody thinks that what ma'ruf is. No, they think that they know what ma'ruf is. None of them knows. I claim this, very exceptional. Because what is ma'ruf? Ask them, what is ma'ruf? No, ma'ruf, yeah. Good things. What is good things? What is the criterion for good thing? Huh? Make it ma'ruf.
Mhm.
It means comprehensible,
Understandable.
understandable, and then say, look, you want somebody to pray, huh? A friend who doesn't pray. You say, go and pray, it is stupid.
Right.
Make it ma'ruf. Why he should pray? Is it really necessary? The Quran says, make it ma'ruf, and then introduce prayer to him. That is how Quran did. That is how Prophet did. In Mecca, was there any fiqh rule in Meccan period, 13 years?
No.
No. Why? They were not ma'ruf. That is sunnatullah. We forgot this. Sunnatullah, that is how the creation takes it according to sunnatullah. That is how human social life is adjusted according to sunnatullah. That is how Quran teaches us. If you read it chronologically, you understand sunnatullah, gradual preparation.
Mhm.
After becoming ma'ruf, then do this. That is sunnatullah. That is sunnatu Rasulullah. We have to understand this. These are simple matters, but not known commonly.
Mhm.
Commonly, you know, but commonly not known. So if somebody listens from the recordings, they may benefit from the
Inshallah.
records. So,
Inshallah.
inshallah. So, make it ma'ruf and then order. Why? The universe slowly introduces spring, slowly introduces night, slowly introduces winter. Get ready. Make it ma'ruf and create it. Yep. Quran starts from the universe is not really reliable itself, cannot sustain itself, etc. We reduce it to doomsday descriptions. Again, another stupidity. Yeah, it is by nature. Every day it can be it can experience doomsday. Why? It cannot stand, sustain itself. That is the nature of universe, starting from here, and then slowly introducing, hey, God is going to take you into account. You are not accidentally living here. Hey, get ready, huh? Mind yourself. What are you doing? You are accountable. Slowly. And then you have to stop drinking alcohol. You have to stop committing adultery. You have to stop gambling. Slowly. That is making ma'ruf.
Yeah.
We never do this. We never follow Sunnat Rasulullah. We are crazy about how am I going to hold my hands in prayer. I mean, I think the Ummah never experienced this ignorance in history. This is the age of ignorance as far as the Muslims are concerned. So this is only Iman matters ma'ruf, but fiqh matters. How am I going to deal with my parents? Ma'ruf. How am I going to pay my, for example, divorced wife's rights? Ma'ruf. Majority of the fiqh practical social principles are left to ma'ruf in the Quran. What does it mean? Ma'ruf, man. For example,
make it easy.
be kind to your parents, very famous. Everybody knows. How? Sir. فَصَاحِبْهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا. Excuse me, what is ma'ruf? Ma'ruf, man, you know. Quran doesn't put limitations. Quran doesn't freeze the fiqh rules. We do. Quran doesn't. Ma'ruf. Act ma'ruf. But when it comes to divorce rule, marriage prohibitions, not ma'ruf. Don't get married, this and this and this and this and all listed. Yeah. You cannot divorce just because I am angry with you. No. Follow this and this and this. Pay the right of your divorced wife or husband, depending on the economic situation. How much? According to ma'ruf. How much? Ma'ruf, man. Now, ma'ruf. 12th, let's say a 7th century ma'ruf is get a room for your wife, divorced wife, and pay because she is taking care of your children. Pay for it. Ma'ruf, what is that? Let's say $10 or $100 and a room. Okay, perfect. Now, $100 in New York in 1923. In one room, and saying that this is your nafaqah, this is your what you need to live to sustain your life. Everybody laughs at you, but the Prophet, the ancient, our ancestors, beloved Salaf, sacred people, practiced in this way. Fiqh became frozen. Ma'ruf, it means known, became
frozen
standard rule. It is the same in Bangladesh and in New York. You have to pay, let's say, $1,000. In Bangladesh, $1,000 among common people is a really wealth. You can really, how do you say it? It's a good property. Your wealth, not wealth.
Yeah, wealth.
Yeah, okay. In New York, what shall I do with this $1,000? It's not enough.
It's never enough, yes. In New York.
You see, and is wise. We are robots. We have to understand this kind of problems. We make the Islam really not appropriate to live by or to live with because of us. But Quran is very flexible. Rasulullah is very flexible. Somebody says, I did this. Let me. Today is gone.
MashaAllah.
If you don't mind,
Please go
a
ahead.
person came.
Mhm.
Ya Rasulullah, the consciousness was really perfect. Yeah?
Right.
They know what they did wrong. Okay. They used to come and confess to the Prophet in front of everybody else. Prophet was living with the people. A man came, Ya Rasulullah, I am completely destroyed. I am an horrible man, unbearable man. Whatever. While I was fasting, I had my wife, let's say, share the bed, daytime. What shall I do now? Prophet says, no. Yeah, free and slave. What? Slave? What are you talking about? I am a poor man. Okay, then. 6 days consecutively fast. 60 days, not 60.
60. Wow.
60 days.
That's bad.
Even in Ramadan, I couldn't stop, man. What are you talking about? Impossible. Okay, Rasulullah said, no, this is the rule. You have to do it. No. Okay. Then, can you feed 60 people? Huh?
That's the easiest.
With your standard feeding, 60 people, I'm dying. I'm struggling to feed my wife and my 2 kids. I don't remember the names of number of kids. Well, my family. The Rasulullah didn't say, oh, come on, man. You did something wrong and you are running away from punishment. No, accusation, understanding. Understanding, very flexible.
Practicing maruf.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, he said, okay, then. I don't know what else. Now, during that time, the Prophet was the administrator, head of the administration. It means really financial problems or the care of the society was on him.
Okay.
So somebody brought a basket of date. And he said, to the budget. Because the Prophet was distributing all these things. We think that Prophet was so generous, feed this, gave this. What was his job? Nothing. How much money he was making monthly? Nothing. Why he was giving out of what? Out of Medina budget. He was the budget minister.
Treasurer.
Treasurer. So we love exaggerating Prophet in a way that no one can really be like him, and he's out of exemplary life, is out of my life. I cannot be a prophet. That is our mistake. We have to confess. So the Prophet said, okay, you are poor. Didn't say this in the Hadith narration, this is not the part. You are a needy, I understand now. Okay, take this date, this basket of date, distribute it to the poor in Medina. Okay, I can take it. It's a good offer. Look at this. He's paying punishment by taking the date and distributing to others. It's not his. That is the punishment of the crime he committed. Can you imagine? It's not a punishment, but it's a reward. Hadith doesn't finish here. It is so, I'm very excited. This kind of examples really not people mention about it. Did you hear this hadith?
No.
No. You see?
Yeah,
Why? There is a problem. There is a problem in the culture of the Muslims in 20th century, 21st century. There is a problem. Watch out, watch out. Don't learn Islam from YouTube, except Islam from within. So propaganda now. No, advertisement. So Rasulullah said, the men said to the Rasulullah, okay, I'm happy to take it. I'm just paraphrasing it. Not there is no hadith saying I am happy to take it. They said okay, and then distributed to poor. All right, but Ya Rasulullah, I know no one poorer than me.
So you take everything?
Exactly. That is Rasulullah. That is not Mufti of 20th century, 21st century Pakistani, Turkish Mufti. That is Rasulullah. Okay, man. Take it, feed your family. Now, Fiqh ulama takes this hadith and not as the Prophet is understanding human psychology, human reality. Prophet's life is full of flexibility, adaptability to the situation. Yeah, kindness, respectfulness to people's situation. This man came here to be punished, turned back home rewarded. Can you imagine?
Subhanallah.
That is why you are not told in public speakers.
Yeah.
Why? You will do something and then on top of this you will be rewarded? No. Our Sharia punishes.
Interesting.
And there are very interesting points that are hadith. There's when the Muslim dies. Quran uses Muslim, generalizes it. Anybody joins Muslim within a community, Muslim. That's the title of it now. Now, but the Quran says, okay, they are Muslim, but may not be really settled down. Not deniers, but not settled down. Iman, you know that. Everybody knows it by memory. All right, Muslim, when a Muslim dies. Mubashir, yeah, angels receive him in the when he dies, they receive him. Mubashir means the distributor of the good news.
I see.
Yeah.
Bushra, Mubashir, the one who distributes goodness, happiness and goodness.
Yeah, happy news, good news, Mubashir. Welcome. Yeah. Another question. Have you ever heard that when Muslim dies, Mubashir will come and receive it? Or Munkar Nakir? Which one?
Munkar Nakir.
Munkar Nakir. Why Munkar Nakir? Why not Mubashir?
To scare people.
Yeah? They will interrogate you. I already took Shahada. What are you interrogating me about? Rasulullah says Mubashir. Our fiqh rules or, these people say, Munkar Nakir will get you. Munkar Nakir is nakir. You know this negative thing in it. In this, Munkar, denier, as if the angels will receive you. You are a denier. You are a Muslim, man, not a denier. You will be received by Mubashir. Munkirun will be received by Munkar Nakir. Why are you confusing and making it, generalizing it, threatening people? threatening people so that you will be always fear of God. Taqwa became fear of God. Well, taking proportion, trying not to do something wrong, became fear of God. As if my creator is something like monster, then I will be afraid of it. Have a night dream about it. What are you talking about? God is Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. What are you talking about? This negative, rejecting attitude, frightening language of these people and rhetoric put people away from Islam. A religion which is really full of misery, threatening language, frightening language. And when Islam comes, they say, this is the religion of sword. But our religion is religion of love. Can we compare it? Which one is religion of sword? Which one is religion of love? We are hiding this aspect of religion. This beautiful religion became a dreadful, frightening religion. Instead of asking people, come on, get ready, make it better, make it better, make it better. If not, as much as you can, man, and much as all right. Why do you keep frightening people? Yeah. There are lots of problems.
Wow.
So we have to really wake up. No, where are we? Where are we? Let's
We were discussing
the
discussing the Aisha's narration on the
essentials.
ascension.
But
Yes.
we deviated from it
Right.
because these things have been really wandering around in my mind. And why is it so? Why is it so? Why is it so? When you go to a masjid, not many people really are, welcome.
Yeah, nobody. Especially in New York.
Yeah.
So
Everybody's stranger.
Yeah.
And when you go to a church, everybody smiles at you, shakes your hand, and welcomes you, shows a place. Although there's an empty place that I can sit. No, just you said, ushers you there. Just welcome you. And some people, they exploit this case and say that ex-Muslim embraced Christianity, and they make video. And one of them said, when I go to mosque, no one welcomes me. Once I went to church, everybody embraced me. Didn't know that I was a Muslim or Christian. Smiling faces, receiving me with pleasure. I felt that there is something different, man. This is more lovely, more human. So I became interested in Christianity, and also continues. I really love Jesus, introducing the Bible's loving God. Really, I love it. That is very fitri, man. That is very correct. That is very Islamic. This is very Islamic. That is why this kind of problems are in my mind. Always. Why is it so? Why the people are running away from Islam? Why the people are just coming to socialization activities, but not interested in learning anything about religion? Why? I don't know how we should overcome this problem, but this is a very important problem. That is why I was looking for an excuse to share it with my friends. Okay, please. Let's finish the paragraph, inshallah. If brothers and sisters have time. I am sorry if you didn't have enough time. Yeah.
There was some comment. What was this comment?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Suhail had put Ahlus Sufa.
Super. Thank you,
Okay,
sir. Thank
yeah.
you.
I just want to say something that's why people are interested in that means in social activities because they don't want to hear those stupid things and
Yeah, frightening
Then
language.
it makes sense.
Threatening language. Yeah. That when you say we are studying the Quran, they think that again the hell verses are going to be used as a shield just to defend himself, the sheikh. I am the best, but you are all worse. This language, they are fed up with it. They are not interested. There are other factors as well, but we have to. You always say that we have to take care of our responsibility, make it lovely, because it is lovely. Not make it lovely. It is lovely. This is what the prophet is.
Maruf.
Make it maruf
Maruf,
and
yeah.
act according to maruf. Nowadays, what is maruf? Then introduce the people. They are dying. Human beings are suffering from very severe hopelessness.
Mhm.
How am I going to deal with these life problems? Am I going to have a job? No, this job will be really enough for me. When am I going to be fired? I don't know. Anytime they fire me, what am I going to do? I need this. I need this. Oh man, they are really living in a hell. And comes to Islam, to Masjid or Islam, or presented Islam to general public, another hell. Hell. So threatening language, and expecting people to embrace Islam. Still some people, but most of them say, I read the Quran and it was satisfaction. But some people say, yeah, I went to the masjid, they received me
very well, yeah.
Not everybody is.
Some places are
Yeah, some places are very friendly, and they make Islam somehow presentable nowadays. This is what we have to do. Simple. Welcome everyone. In respect to human expectations of it.
All right. So for Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, ascension indicates and testifies that through its manifestations in the universe, the sacred attribute of knowledge shows the most pure and holy one most clearly. So it describes, when on that night he received the divine address in God's presence, since he had been sent as an envoy on behalf of all living beings and every sort of creature. Instead of giving the greeting as salam of conscious beings, he says salutations, blessings, benedictions, and supplications and good words are all God's.
Is an envoy. Interesting.
Of all human
sent
beings.
is an envoy. No, he didn't go. He had been sent.
Oh.
There are interesting things are going on.
There are a lot of things in this.
Yeah. Do you think we should study next week?
I think so. I think we can stop here.
Because
this is deep. Yeah, there are a lot of things.
You shouldn't really go over it.
I think.
And also, another thing is, I don't know how much is okay. There are quite a lot. All right. But when we finish it, we can start essential.
Inshallah.
The treatise on essential.
Mm.
It's an interesting study, very practical, very human, very personal. But this is a suggestion. I don't know what friends decide. So let's, I think, give the right.
Inshallah.
And so it wouldn't be just to deal with subject.
Just read, yeah. Okay. Bismillah. Thank you. So, any final comments by anyone or suggestions? All right, so we'll stop here. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma alamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati suratul Fatiha.